نحن التطوع والتطوع دربنا للخير تأخذنا له الأشواق.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أحب أقول لكل الناس أول حاجة ازيكم عاملين إيه. طبعا هنكمل من آخر حاجة كنا وقفنا عندها. أنا كنت مدي assignment في آخر مرة كده عشان الناس تعمله، بس يظهر ان انا ما لقيتش ريسبوند عالي، ف للاسف كالعاده فهضطر ان انا اكتب الاساينمنت، لان هو دي حاجه ضروريه علشان نكمل الابلكيشن او نكمل البروجكت اللي احنا ماشيين فيه. فانا كنت طالب في الاساينمنت ان الناس تعمل زي ما عملنا السبجكت كرود CRUD. فأنا كنت طالب الناس تعمل البيج كرود، لكن للأسف مفيش ريسبوند كتير، يمكن 1 أو 2 بس هم اللي تجاوبوا معايا. يمكن كمان مش كل حاجة، لكن anyway أنا هوري الناس أنا عملت البيج كرود ازاي. اول حاجه احنا هنعملها هنعمل شويه new files. نعمل فايل، اول فايل هنعمله let's just save this, save it في الوامب في الويدجت كور، وهنحطه في include files. هنعمل include another file وهنسميه a form function. هقول لكم form underscore function dot php and save it. وفي الفورم فانكشن بتاعنا ده PHP ونعمل أول فانكشن عندنا function. هنقول الفانكشن ده اسمه check underscore required underscore fields. نعمل require underscore array هنحط فيه fields.
To learn more about adding and customizing zoom and pan animations to your video, check out the other Getting Started tutorials on our website. We've talked about some of the tabs already, but be sure to explore the others for adding and editing special effects. If they don't all show up as tabs, click on the More tab to explore others, like the speech-to-text capabilities and captions, and the improved quizzing. Also, transitions can now be dragged directly to the timeline and added on top of clips. So we've shown a few ways you can navigate and edit your video, but how do you get content into your video? To make a new screen recording, click the Record the Screen button. If you already have an audio or video recording you'd like to use, click the Import Media button. When you're done with your video project, you'll need to click the Produce and Share button to create a shareable video. Expand this menu to see a variety of presets. We have a new video player that plays back your MP4 video and includes other interactive features like table of contents, closed captions, quizzes, and even hotspots. These features are available when hosting your video on TechSmithScreencast.com or the video in player on your own web server. This player provides playback on multiple devices with just one video, whether it's a phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop computer. Well, it's time for you to try Camtasia Studio for yourself using the content on the timeline, or better yet, create your own. We have lots of free tutorials on our website, and I recommend you begin with the Getting Started series. Also, the help file inside Camtasia Studio tells you how to use each of the Camtasia Studio features and applications. One last thing. If you ever want to open this Getting Started project again to view or practice with, use this link here. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy Camtasia Studio.
Oh, and yes. If it's not numeric, is underscore numeric. وبرضه هنبست element of post with fields name. So this one has to be here. Okay. So the field's name, the field error, open and the brackets, equals to the field name. Semicolons, and here we will return the field errors, the semicolons. اوكي ده الفيرست فانكشن بتاعنا. يبقى اول فانكشن عندنا بنعمل فيه check required fields. طبعا انا بنعمل refactoring، انا عملت refactoring للchecking required fields ودي احنا اتكلمنا عنها قبل كده، وانا خدتها عملت لها function عشان اقدر اعمل لها include في الفايلز بتاعتي، واقدر includeها في اي فايل واقدر استخدمها بعد كده زي الفانكشنز عندنا هنا. طبعا لما كنا بنستخدم الفانكشنز بتاعتنا بنحط let's say about the like get all subjects، زي ما بنعمل get all subjects نعمل function، نعمل refactoring للكودز بتاعتنا نحطها functional ونعملها include نقدر نستخدمها بسهولة. يعني بالظبط زي عملنا في الفورم functions. تاني function عندنا هنعمل function، الفانكشن اسمه check underscore max underscore field underscore length. اوكي، وهنقول fields underscore length underscore array. And then fields underscore errors equals to array, open and ending parentheses with semicolon at the end, and then for each field length array as field name field name even for each as field name if it's equal or greater than the max length. So we will do the field name now. We'll say if strlen string length, and then trim, and then the MySQL underscore wrap, yes, and then the super global post with password of the field name, then greater than the max length, so the fields errors, so the fields errors with open and ending brackets equals to the field name, the semicolon, and then here we will return the field errors, return the field errors. كده تاني function عندنا، فاضل آخر function. آخر function هيبقى display underscore errors, and then error underscore array, and then we'll say echo now paragraph tag, give it a class, I would say it's equal, then errors with errors we'll say end, and then so I need to escape backslashes. Okay, I have to escape the double quotes inside the double quotes, semicolon, and then we'll see another echo. Please review the following fields. Okay, with PR tag, double quotes, and a semicolon at the end. And then we'll say for each and errors, array as error, we'll say echo output underscore, and it's connected with error, so that you can put the error, we can see the error now, and it's connected with the PR tag end, and then with the semicolons, and then here we will say echo plus a paragraph tag, the end of the paragraph tag. Or the semicolon. Okay. So this is the form functions. Let's save this. That's the form function. الفورم function طبعا احنا عاملين له هنحطه في الفايل بتاعت include so that we can include it into our pages, so that we can use the function into our pages, like function check required fields and check max field length, and to display errors, so that we don't have to ask for them every time if we need to. يعني مش محتاجين ان احنا نسأل عنه في كل مرة احنا محتاجينهم. فخلاص احنا عملنا function اللي بنستخدمه اسمه function check required fields. We can say check required fields or check the max field length and display errors. Some of you did not do this, so I did it for you. I hope it's been helpful. يا رب يكون تساعدكم شوية. Okay, let's see this too. And نروح نعمل new file, another new file, and this ones will be the edit page. احنا عملنا edit subject. You can see this here. Just click that bigger a little bit. So عملنا edit subject وقلت الناس تشوف احنا عملنا ايه وتحاول تعمل زي. طبعا محدش عمل حاجة anyway, let's continue with the edit page. This one will be the edit page. Let's save this. I save it as the edit underscore page dot PHP. So let's save this. Okay. Now to the PHP, and we'll take first هناخد الأول ال connections بتاعتنا. هناخد connection، هناخد functions. So let's do edit subject. So هناخد دول في الأول. Let's copy this and put them here. Okay, and then let's just make this a little bit bigger. And then we would say, like to say some notes. Please make sure the subject ID is subject ID sent is an integer. Okay. So I need to put some PHP tags first. Okay. Now, so we'll see. Oh, it's if the int val. Yes, the int val, and we will say the super global get, and with brackets, quotes, let's say page. I'm بتكلم عن الpage. So if it's equals to 0, 0 is an integer. So redirect to, yes, redirect to a content dot PHP. Okay. Now we will do include once. نعمل include once. نعمل include once لإيه؟ نعمل include once ل double quotes or include slash form underscore function dot PHP. اوكي، كده احنا عملنا include once للفورم فانكشن بتاعنا. يبقى هو هيعمل كل ده، في الايديت بيج بتاعتنا. هيعمل ايه؟ هيتشيك ال required fields، وهيتشيك ال max feed length، وهيديسبلاي ال errors. يبقى كده انا خليته يعمل كل الكلام ده. بقى اول حاجه عملناها انه عملت connection and then الفانكشنز بتاعتنا، هيعمل functions بتاعتنا، بعدين هيتشيك هنا to make sure the subject ID sent is an integer. So if it's int file get page equals to 0, so redirect to the content.php. If it's not, get to the content.php. And then we included the form function. So the form function, he will do the check required fields, he will check the max field length, and he will display the errors. And then so let's start the form processing. Okay. So it's processing. Okay. So I'll also say only execute the form processing. If the form has been submitted. The form has been submitted, so only execute the form processing if the form has been submitted. That's right. So we'll say if is set, if it's set, I would say underscore post. So if it's set, the submit طبعا محدش اصلا كان جاوب على سؤال السبميت اللي احنا عملنا السبميت، برضه هبقى اقول عليه في الاخر. I'll put some notes here. So initialize an array to hold our errors. زي الكلام دون هنعمل error at equals to array. Yes, زي ما عملنا قبل كده في ال subject. Okay, now we will perform the validation on form data, and this is how we do. Now let's require required underscore field if it's equal to array, and in the array will say the menu underscore name, the menu name and position, sure visible. And last, and this thing is new, let's say content. ده جديد طبعا، content دي جديد عشان البيج ليها content، لكن السبجكت ما كانش له content. So now we'll say error now errors are equal to، دي حاجة أنا بصيت عليها، array underscore merge. So now we will merge the arrays, the first array with the second array. We will merge the arrays so we can dispute any conflict values. So we will merge the values of each array. Now we will put the errors, okay, the errors with the check. Now this is the check required fields, check required fields, right? Check required fields, and we'll say required fields. Okay, now to the field length, to the fields underscore length, field with length, with length. The field with length is equal to an array, and the array will have the menu name, equals or greater than 30. That's the max, that's the max of the field's length. So if it's 30, okay, now we will see the errors. So with errors we will do the merge array, another array merge, that will be errors equals to the array merge underscore merge, yes, and we pass the arguments with open parentheses, and we will talk about errors, yes, with check max field length. And check max field length is the function from the form function here. That's the check max field length. See, copy that and we put them here. Okay, we check max field length. So now we're checking the max field length. That's a function as we said, and then we'll say the field with length. We pass the variable with fields with length, yes, and the semicolon at the end. Now we will say clean up the form. Now to clean up the form data, before putting it in the database. Now how we're gonna do this, we will do, the cleanup We'll say the ID as we did it on the maybe edit subject. We did the cleanup. Yes, that's the cleanup. The ID, the menu name, the position, the visible, and we didn't have a content, so we will take only the visible until here. Copy that and then Control B. Let's organize it a little bit. Now, so we have the ID. With ID, the MySQL prep, and to get the subject. But here we will get the page, not the subject. So remove the subject, and now we know that we need to do for the page. That because the last time we did for the subject. We was making the subject CRUD, but now we are making the page CRUD. So we need to put the page instead of the subject, SUBJ. Okay, and so ID MySQL prep, and with passing the super global variable get, and then the page, and the page. So, and then the menu name equals to the MySQL prep. But before the MySQL prep, we will need to do some trim. Yes, trim the MySQL underscore prep, and then the post with the menu name, and then ending of the parentheses. Okay, now trim to the menu name equals to trim and MySQL prep, and then the post to the menu name, and then position, and position to MySQL prep, and we'll do the same for position and for visible. And then the last one is content. That because we didn't have a content before, but on the page we need content because page have content, but subject they have content. So we will do the content. So content are equals to the MySQL prep, MySQL underscore prep, yeah. So content equals to MySQL prep, and then open parentheses, and we'll talk about super global boost, yes, and with boost and open brackets and clothes, and we will pass content in it, and then semicolons. So now this is the cleanup form. Let's do some space here so we can know what is this. Yes, so now we did the cleanup part, so to clean up the form data before putting it in the database. Now let's do some reminder here. So we see now the database submission. The database submission only proceeds if there were no errors. So the database submission only proceeds if there were no errors. So now we need to do an error check because the database won't submit. So we now need to do an error check. So the database submission only proceeds if there were no errors. So We'll do that by if empty yes, and empty errors. We'll do some check. We'll say query, and the query equals to update page set. So we need to do our update pages set, and the update pages set, it's the page set. We say the menu name underscore name, and the menu name are equals to take this out, and the menu name equals to single quotes, and the menu name inside, yes, the single quotes with the position, and it equals to the same. We'll do, but position is an integer, so we don't need a single quote, so we'll set only position, yes, with now visible, and visible also an integer, so we don't need a single quotes, so visible, and with now content. Now content is a text, so this is string, so now we need a single quotes, and content now all of that where ID are equals to the ID, yes, so all of that's now we put the end of the double quotes with a semicolon at the end. Now we will say that the results are equals to the MySQL underscore query, yes, with query inside, and with query side ending with the parentheses. So now we will test to see if the update occurred. We'll do that by if the MySQL underscore affected rows. Now we talk about the MySQL affected rows before, so we know how to use it. And the affected rows are equals to 1. So now we know how to do that. We will say this if this is succeed, if it's success. So now we will put some message. We did that last time, the message, and the message is the page was successfully updated. Okay, so now this is the message. Else, we will do else. We'll put some message. So the message is equals to the page could not be updated. Okay. And we put another message. That means the message is concatenated and equals to a PR tag. We know why we're doing this. Okay. And also so we know how to test to see if this update occurs. So we said if the MySQL affected roles are equals to 1. So now if it's success, we talked about this last time, the message. So we put a message. The message is the page was successfully updated, else the page could not be updated. As we need with the PR tag and MySQL error, so we know what is the error, so they can put the error out. And then else, if its count are equals to errors, so we know what errors and what errors are required for. So the message there was one error in the 4. Else the message there were count are equal to errors, and errors is isn't it? So this is the message, and this is how we test to see if there are updates are accurate. It's in the form, yes. So it's in the form, yes. So it's in the form. Okay. Now this is the end of the processing, and then now we will do the find the selected page, not find the selected subject. Now we find the selected page, and we include the headers, and then the navigation. We're now asking the navigation for the selected subject and the selected page, and we put a new subject and the new subject to add a new subject, and then the edit page. So now we have the selected page to the menu name, and if it came empty, so equal the message, and the message is connected with the last of the paragraph tag, that's the HTML tag, and then PHP if it's empty with errors, so display errors. Now we know how to display errors, and this with the last of the action to edit the page, and this is the actions, the edit page.php. This is the page, and to look at the selected page with the ID. Okay, the last as we did on the selected and in the edit subject. So this one is for today. كده دي آخر حاجة النهاردة. إن شاء الله هنكمل في المحاضرة اللي جاية، هنكمل بقية عندنا البيج فورم وعندنا النيو بيج، دي بقية السبجكت كراد، دي هنكمل ان شاء الله في المحاضرة اللي جاية. شكرا لكل الناس اللي بتتابع المحاضرة، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.